Hey guys, this is Echo Soundworks, and you are checking out a mixing tip and trick tutorial video on ADSR. So in this video, I'm going to show you a cool stereo widening / stereo enhancement technique. Now there are a bunch of techniques to add stereo width sounds outside of panning, but this specific one I think works well on sounds in the mix that are important, but they may not be as important as like your lead, your vocal, or kick and snare, that type of thing. So let's listen to this sound real quick in this demo. All right, so it's that chord track right there. Now this specific track came from Serum, and it does have a little bit of stereo width to it, just because of like the nature of detuned unison voices. But this sound I want to be a little bit wider. I want it to have a little bit more influence in the mix on the left and right side. And I don't want to pan it out, because if I pan it out, there's not a lot going on, and I kind of do want this to be an important part of this mix. So I purposely chose a track that doesn't have a lot of reverb and delay on it, so you can hear the effect a little bit more. So what you're going to do is you're going to load up an equalizer that allows you to manipulate independently the left and right channel of a stereo track, right? Because a stereo track is a mix of a left and right channel. Well, I'm going to be doing this with the stock EQ in Logic because I want to show you that this can be done using stock plugins. You don't have to go buy an expensive equalizing plugin. And then also, I wanted to use this specific plug because you can see, because I have to use 2 instances of it, you can actually see the curves independently, and it'll be really clear what's going on. So what I've done is I've selected the processing algorithm to be left only on the top one and right only on the bottom. Now you can see these EQ curves they're not drastic, right? It's not like I'm boosting something by like 5, 6, 7, 10 decibels, that type of thing, or more than 10 decibels, right? It's pretty light. I've cut out a little bit of the low frequencies in each of them, but I've done a different amount in both. I have cut about 500 to at about 1K, but the Q factor makes this dip happen from about 500 to almost up to 2K. And then I've kind of boosted the lower, kind of like the low mids in the right channel. Now each of them have a boost on the highs, but it's a little bit of a different boost. So let's listen to this with these on. And off. Right, so it's a pretty noticeable effect in the actual mix. Now the cool thing about this is it's going to allow me to turn it down a little bit more in the mix, right? Like right now, I'm adding a little bit of gain to it for sure because I'm boosting some frequencies, but it's also easier to hear out left and right. So that's a nice kind of added benefit to using this method, is that you can really pick what channel you want to accentuate in the high frequencies to kind of make them pop out over the mix, or even like the low mids or the high mids. So if you're wondering how do you know what frequencies to boost on each channel, well, there's 2 ways you can do this. You could try to do it in a way that keeps the sound as close to the original sound, but these applied differences kind of add up to keep the sound how it was. Or you can look at it subjectively with your mix and say, okay, maybe my hi-hats, which are a high frequency instrument, they're kind of panned out more to the left than they are to the right. Maybe I want to, with a certain element in the mix, like a chord or a pad or a pluck, maybe what I want to do is actually apply this EQ technique and apply high frequencies to the opposite side of where maybe your hi-hats rest on the left side to kind of get a full spectrum of high frequencies in the mix. You can use it that way as well. So it can have kind of 2 uses. It can just be used to make a track wider and bigger in the mix, and it can also be used to kind of help fill out sections of your mix in a very subtle way, but yet still pleasing to the ear. All right, guys, that sums up this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm Echo Soundworks. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.